Hi, I'm Rich Torrey, and welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? With the holiday season upon us, I thought we would spend the rest of the month, and I guess the year, drawing some holiday-ish type subjects. We'll start with a drawing based on the opening skating scene from my favorite Christmas special, A Charlie Brown Christmas. In this drawing, we've got Snoopy, Lucy, Violet, Charlie Brown, and his sister Sally all skating in a line. Before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. Okay, so let's draw our skating scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. We're going to draw our Peanuts Christmas skating scene step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw it again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. In this drawing, the three middle characters, Charlie Brown, Violet, and Lucy, are just about the same height, a little less than 2.5 heads tall. In other words, however tall their heads are, their entire bodies are a little under 2.5 of those. Our two characters on the end, Snoopy and Sally Brown, are both 2 heads tall, so however tall their heads are, their entire bodies are 2 of those. I'm going to lightly draw in some guidelines all the way across, which will assist us on laying these characters out. It's important to remember that when drawing a scene like this with 5 moving characters, you can't start by drawing one of their eyeballs or any other detail and hope to get all of them right. You have to map everything out first, then work towards those details. Okay? So let's start with that roadmap for our skating scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. So there's our roadmap of our skaters from A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the third and final step, you want to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put the skater's eyes, mouth, and some of the other things. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing. So you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. So let's rough out the features for our skaters. Okay, so there are the roughed out features of our skaters from our scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for the final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw in the final details of our skaters. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work to figure that out. In this step, it's okay to draw darker, but don't press too hard or mindlessly retrace over the lines you've already drawn. Always draw with an eye on tweaking and improving until the very end. So let's draw in the details for our skating scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. Alrighty, there they are. Snoopy, Lucy, Violet, Charlie Brown, and his sister Sally in our skating scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn one of these characters before, let alone any of them, you can't expect to have drawn them perfectly. You'll notice I don't spend time coloring our skaters during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing the skating scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. And with that, you can draw it again and again, and by all means color it when you're done. I promise each time you draw it, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. For those of you who want to go a little deeper, click on the link below for my free 4-part drawing series, where I spend more time explaining the details and the thinking behind each step in what I call the level up cartooning process. So I'd love to see your version of the skating scene from A Charlie Brown Christmas. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you had as much fun as I did with this one. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.